Welcome back to Instables again. After yesterday's CPI coming out lower than expected, now the Fed's pausing. However, Jerome Powell very cautious because he mentioned that he's still leaving the door open for any possible increases in rates in the future. So showing that this pause in rates is not only a pause in rates because we have been decreasing in rates and lowering in inflation, but it also shows that Powell is fearful of a possible recession or what could come of possible bank failures. It looks like Jerome Powell is definitely cautious, and we are now sitting on a doji candle looking to see exactly where our indecisive doji candle could head next, as we do sit just above our prior resistance, and again sitting here exactly on our resistance here at 436, our 0.5 fib, a very key fib that if we cannot hold, we could have a pullback, but if we can hold, then we could have a very nice continuation. I'm going to go over exactly what we're looking for from here. Hit the like button if you enjoy, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and if you are a day trader, if you're looking for pre-market news before market open, those major volatile movers that you want to be watching on possible runs. Again, we mentioned NEXT in pre-market, looking for a possible break. We had our break here, had a nice continuation. Again, mentioned a spike here at 684, had a nice continuation, not only from 684, but also above pre-market high here. A very nice continuation that we had out the gate. A very nice 10 to 15% run on a very high risk day today that we had leading into Fed hikes. Again, go to instables.com, and for only $15 a month, you will never miss a breakout alert throughout the day. Again, let's jump into this one. So jumping into the spot with you guys here again, looking at our daily candle structure so we can anticipate what we're looking for going into tomorrow and looking at what can possibly happen next based on our candle structure. Very key on what we're looking for going into the end of the week. Again, sitting on a doji candle, this doji candle can possibly turn into an evening star and could possibly have a major sell-off. That is possible. Again, sitting on a doji candle after we did gap up, and with the momentum candle to the upside, we do not want to close on a momentum candle to the downside. That could be a continuation and a retest on our 21. That will be that bearish case scenario. Again, as we sit at resistance at our 0.5 fib, our 436 level that we sit just above with our doji candle. We do not want this doji candle again to be a reversal candle on a momentum candle to the downside. If we do gap down going into tomorrow, then I would be looking for any possible spikes to possibly continue on lower intraday to possibly retest our 10 and our 21, as that would be that possible shift and major shift from an evening star setup. However, if we do hold our 436 level going into tomorrow and we do close above it, then we can possibly continue on with our weekly momentum. Again, looking at our weekly candle structure, we have been keeping an eye on our weekly chart again as we have our prior gap downs that we would be gapping up into, and we have been gapping up into. Our target could be still here at 444. So again, if we hold 436, we get that bullish candle structure hold going into the next week, then I would be possibly looking for that rejection here at 444. Again, intraday on a rejection. However, again, leading into tomorrow, holding 436 will be the watch for the bulls. If we do not, then in my opinion, we have a nice continuation lower on an evening star setup on the daily chart. So again, that is the setup. Either we get our evening star setup to the downside, we do shift from this indecisive doji candle here. That could be that shift into bearish momentum, but again, currently sitting still above resistance. We are going to see exactly how tomorrow opens and how exactly we close into the end of the week. Again, we have OPEX speaking on Friday. That is going to be very huge. If OPEX mentions anything about possible oil cuts, then that could be more possible inflation to come, which could give us another outlook on a possible rate hike, and not exactly something we expect to happen, but something to keep in mind, as we do not want any more increases in inflation, of course. Keep in mind that Jerome Powell did mention watching PCE data reports are very key. That's something that we haven't been keeping an eye on as one of the larger data sets that we have been watching in the Instables room, but now we will keep that more on watch. Again, CPI, PCE, very large inflation reports that we will keep an eye on, but again, sitting just above resistance, now looking for that possible support, in my opinion, plausible for a possible pullback and also plausible for a possible continuation. But that play off of our continuation will be a very strong play, in my opinion. Like I said, a very strong resistance that we could have coming in here leading into 444 at 442. Our 0.618 fib will be the watch. And again, that intraday rejection with a possible wick to the upside would be that possible retest on our 10-day for any possible continuations on higher. But again, like I said, if we have a momentum candle to the downside tomorrow, that could be that cool down that a lot of people have been calling out for on this overextension that we've been having, again, with our increase in buy pressure, with our EMA line still holding up that we have been talking about. We cannot be overloaded to the downside quite yet. We need our 12 to cross back below our 21 till we can say we are completely bearish from here. Again, we are still sitting with a lot of strength. If we do hold this 436 level, then we can hit our 444 level. But again, with the momentum candle to the downside, keeping an eye on what can possibly happen next is what we're keeping an eye on here with the doji candle at possible resistance. This is what we're looking at, looking for exactly where we continue. And if we do get that possible resistance pullback or possible support on this pullback, if we do get one going into tomorrow, that will be the bigger watch, in my opinion, as far as swings go. Now, again, with that said, if you are a day trader, again, if you're looking for pre-market news before market open, any major volatile mover that you want to be watching before market open, again, another example that we mentioned in pre-market today, again, we mentioned AUVI exactly here at about $2.04. We continued on all the way to $2.79 pre-market, again, over 35% on this spike from pre-market news mentioning in the Instabills room, again, on a very volatile day that we had leading into Fed hikes. These are the type of movers that we mention on a daily basis, but even on days like these, continuing to go at it in the Instabills room, staying blessed is what we do every single day. And again, all of you Instabills, as always, I appreciate every one of you guys. We are going to continue to go at it, stay patient, and take what the market gives us. Again, Fed hike, pause today. Very nice to hear that pause word. But again, making sure that we do not continue on with hikes, making sure we keep an eye on this data to make sure that we do keep these levels on watch. And again, confirmation on the SPY from here will give us that possible continuation or pullback, in my opinion, going into the end of the week. Again, OPEX on Friday will be the watch from here. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in pre-market.